watch along with also breaking news we had a couple of hours ago. Manchester United captain Bruno Fernandes has won the Premier League Player of the Season award. This is voted by the fans. Yeah, this is voted by the fans, and we had a poll yesterday in the chat. I think I will have to bring that up. We had a poll yesterday. Yeah, let me bring that up to know the exact numbers. The exact numbers that we had yesterday. Let me look at it. Yeah, I think based on the stats we had yesterday, I'm trying to bring it up so we can actually go through it. Yeah, I'm trying to get the number for the. Yeah, okay, yeah, I have the numbers now. We had 150 votes, 150 votes, and 69% were from Bruno, while 13% was for Declan Rice. David Raya had 11%, and Gabriel Morales had 7%. So it's not a surprise. This shows that the PFA award, sorry, not the PFA actually. This shows that the poll we had yesterday, you guys actually spoke that Bruno Fernandes is the best player of the season. And it's also evident from the results that came out today from the Premier League that Bruno is the player of the season. So massive congratulations to Bruno Fernandes. And also, we are doing a live watch along for the playoff final. It's not been long I got back home, so that's why I'm joining the stream a little bit late. Velnis says, bro, do you live in China? Yes, I live in China. How about you, Velnis? Which country do you live in? Arsenal 8517 says, congrats to Bruno. Thanks, man. It shows that even the PFA award, he's very much likely to be the person to win it. I think maybe Arsenal, not really at full disadvantage, but the fact that Arsenal has 3 players, it's definitely going to divide their votes. Yeah, it's definitely going to divide their votes. But let's see who is going to win the PFA. He's still very close to winning the PFA award. I think maybe in the next couple of days we'll get that. Velny says Chelsea under 18 rocked. The Chelsea under 18 played today. I usually follow the FA Youth Cup games. Sometimes if Man United under 18 plays, I watch their games. Not always, but once in a while. But I usually like to watch the under 18 games because I love watching young talents that I know, okay, I can be proud to say I actually watched this kid when he was in the under 18s and the kind of football he was playing at that point. But yeah, it's really nice to watch some of these kids. Proy Play says Bruno is the best SAB. What's the meaning of SAB? Proy Plays. Arsenal 8517 says, bro, you're in China. Yes, I'm in China. Which country did you think I was, Adam? Now I'm in China. I've been in China for a couple of years actually. 8 years. Yeah. I've been in China for 8 years. It's been a long time. Yeah, I usually travel to my country once every year, sometimes maybe 2 times. Yeah, but I've been living in China for a while now. I'm trying to connect to this game, the playoffs final. What time? I think the game is supposed to be 3:30 p.m. UK time. Let me see. The playoffs final game between Hull City and Middlesbrough. Fala says, congrats to Bruno. Yeah, thanks, man. Massive congratulations to Bruno Fernandes. Massive congratulations to him. I'm trying to check this playoffs final time because from what I checked was supposed to be 10:30 my time. which is 3:30 p.m. UK time. I don't know, maybe if I did not get the timing correct. Is anyone watching the playoffs final? Because I really... What's going on here? Is anyone watching the playoffs final in the chat? I'm still trying to connect to the game. Yeah, I'm trying to check the time to be sure. Okay, it's on, Adam. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to connect to the game. 10:30. This guy's not showing line. I need to check. Vernon says, and Southampton got points deduction. Yeah, Southampton got point deduction. It's Hull City that is playing against Middlesbrough. Southampton, they did what's it called? Spygate, and EFL had to deduct 4 points from them, push them out of the finals, and Middlesbrough had to take their place. I'm in the southern part of China, Adam. I'm in South China. Vernon says Chelsea under 18 win 5-1 against Man City. 5-1? Man, that's a lot. And Man City won United in the FA Youth Cup final. Was it last weekend? Yeah, I think it was last weekend. Yeah. I think last week, Friday. Yeah, it was a week to yesterday, 8 days ago. Yeah. But for Chelsea to beat City 5-1, the under 18s. Yeah, I know Chelsea has a strong academy, but not beating Man City 5-1. That's a lot. Arsenal 8517 says, well, ours is a team effort, and no one said that winning the Premier League, you should also have the best player. For me, all our individual players are good. They all had a standout season. Yeah, one thing about winning is you just have to have players that can work as a unit. Yeah, football is a team sport. And if you have a solid team, you might not have standout players. For example, a team like Croatia, if you check the last 2 World Cups, they've done fantastic. The 2018 World Cup, Croatia finished second, losing the final to France. Then the 2022 World Cup, they were knocked out in the semi-finals, I think, by Argentina. But there is no standout player in the Croatian team. You might say Luka Modric, but Modric is someone that stays on the ground and does the job, right? So I don't see any standout player in Croatia. But one thing you have to give the Croatian team is the fact that they are a very, very solid unit. Very, very solid. So in football, having a team is very, very important if you want to win trophies. Playing as a team, not individual. Troy Play says, when does the match start? The match started 30 minutes ago, but I'm unable to find it on the site I use in watching games. That's why I'm surprised, because from my own time here in China, it's supposed to be 10:30 p.m., which is about 30 minutes ago, because it's 11 p.m. sharp now in China. Vernice says you can Google it too. No, of course I know I can. Vernice says Middlesbrough will promote. Honestly, I don't actually have any favorites that I would want to be promoted. It's been a long time I watched Hull City. It's also been a long time I watched Middlesbrough. I think the last time I watched Middlesbrough, it was Mido, the Egyptian striker. Yeah, I think he was... I don't know if... I can't remember the year actually, but I think Mido was the last player I can remember his name that played for the Middlesbrough team many years ago. I think it should be up to 15. Yeah, I think it should be up to 15 or 16 years. Yeah, it's been a very long time though. Very, very long time. Troy Play says, will you watch the Bayern game today? Okay, the DFP Poker Cup. I'm not going to watch that. I think after this stream, I'll just have to go and relax and rest. Then tomorrow I will go through. There are lots of games tomorrow, so tomorrow is going to be a very very long day. Fala says, "You don't congrats me. My team Al Nassr won the league." I actually supported Al Nassr to win it. So, once again, massive congratulations to your team Al Nassr. Falal, congratulations to Al Nassr for winning the Saudi Pro League. I was very very happy for Cristiano. Yeah, because the young man has been through a lot. Many people doubted him. Lots of people said crazy stuff about him, but yeah, it's been a long time. Verny says, once there was Leicester, Ipswich, and some random team which will promote and just relegate on repeat. Yeah, I think that's what people actually expected from a team like Sunderland, but they came up and they were resilient. They were very, very tough. Yeah, they were very, very tough. Let's get the likes up, guys. I'm going to put up a poll in the chat. I know some Arsenal fans are not happy that Bruno won the award. So let's get a poll in the chat. Did Bruno deserve the Player of the Season award? Yeah, let's get it in the chat. Did Bruno deserve the Player of the Season award? Let's see. The PFA, I don't know the date is going to be out though. I don't know the date it's going to be out. But let's see. Let's get the likes up, guys. If you're new to the channel, kindly subscribe to Noble's View. Kindly subscribe to Noble's View, guys. Let's get the likes on. I'm still trying to connect to this game. For the past 3 years, I've been watching the playoff final. Yeah, I've been watching the playoff final for the past okay. I think in the last 4 years I've watched the playoff final 3 times. So, and I always like to watch it. It's very, very intense. Very, very intense. Yeah, it's always very intense. Falal says, thank you, Nobu. You're welcome, Falal. Verni says, Bruno 100%. Yeah, very true. My opinion, though. Kingston says hi. Kingston, where are you connecting from? Samuel Muyenza says, guy is watching Hall because he knows Mumu United will disappoint tomorrow and for the whole of next season. Honestly, I don't really care about the Brighton game tomorrow. The only thing I'm just after is Bruno getting 1 or 2 assists tomorrow. That's all that matters to me. I know, yes, Man United can win. They can also lose that game. It's not an easy game because any game against Brighton is not easy. Yeah, but the most important thing for me is to get Bruno those assists he need, or probably just get him 1 assist. That's all that matters to me for that game tomorrow. Chimek says, what's the China time of this Hull City Middlesbrough match? It's supposed to be 10:30, like 10:30 China time. That is what I'm still struggling to connect to. Seriously, I'm still struggling to connect to the game. Because when I checked, it was showing me it's 10:30 p.m. China time, 3:30 UK. So I'm having issues with it now. Venny says, does it mean you can't watch Lewa's last game? Lewandowski's last game is tomorrow, not today. Barcelona is playing tomorrow, not today. It's tomorrow that they are playing, not today, bro. Arsenal 8517 says, I know how some greats used to play for Middlesbrough, Jimmy Floyd, Gareth Southgate, and a few more. Yeah, Gareth Southgate. I think Southgate played in the, was it late 90s, right? I think Southgate played for Middlesbrough in the late 90s. And okay, I think Southampton, Man United current director of football, Jason Wilcox. I think Wilcox used to play for Southampton. Did Wilcox play for Southampton or Middlesbrough? I know it's either one of those teams. Troy Play says the fact that Arsenal won a trophy before Ronaldo. Come on, man. Ronaldo is Ronaldo. Arsenal is Arsenal. So let's just leave it at that. Let's leave it at that, man. I think maybe I missed the timing for this game because I'm still searching through and I'm yet to get it. I think I need to browse it online to check. Ashish says Yamal a winger. Ashish, do you think your team Spurs can survive relegation tomorrow? Ashish, be honest. Do you think Spurs can survive relegation tomorrow against Everton? You guys just need a draw, right? If you can't win, just get 1 point and you are staying up. And Everton is a very, very tough team. Then I think the only saving grace Spurs have is the fact that West Ham are playing Leeds United. That's just the only grace you guys have because Leeds are very good. And they are a team that is very, very difficult to score them. Very, very difficult. Troy Play says Yamal has been injured. Yeah, I got an update a couple of days ago that Yamal is going to miss the first game for Spain in the World Cup. I really would love him to start all the games for Spain because I want to see an interesting final. Sorry, I want to see an interesting World Cup. Arsenal 8517 says, how the heck are you comparing Bruno and Yamal? Sometimes there are certain comparisons people make that I just find funny. Verni says, actually, Barca last game tomorrow means late night tonight. Okay, I think no, Barcelona is playing, like for me here in China, Barcelona will be playing 3 a.m. That is 8 p.m. UK time. So games that are played 7 p.m. are usually very, very late at night here in China. But yeah, for the love of the game, we always stay up to watch football games. Yeah, but for those of you in Europe, Africa, it's very much easier for you guys. But for those of us that are in Asia, India, China, Singapore, Japan, all these regions, even Australia, it's very, very difficult. And New Zealand as well. It's very, very difficult to watch games. Emmy Pro says Arsenal don't win the Premier League throughout Wayne Rooney's footballing career and as a coach. Nah, Arsenal won the league 2004. And in 2004, Rooney was playing for Everton. Yeah, in 2004, no. I think Rooney played for Everton in 2003. Then Man United, I think he played for Man United. Was it 2-4-2? I think he came to Man United in 2004. So I guess that should be the 2-4-2-5 season when Rooney came to Man United. Pride Play says, look, bro, Yamal has been injured half of the season and Bruno has always been delivering. If he had better teammates, he would have had 30 plus assists. Bruno, when it comes to Bruno, like I always say, he's the best midfielder in the world. And Lamine Yamal is not a midfielder. Lamine Yamal is a winger. So it doesn't make any sense to actually compare both players because they play different positions. If you want to compare Bruno, you compare him to other midfielders. That's what you should do. Not compare Bruno to a winger. Nah, it makes no sense, man. It doesn't make sense. Let's get the likes up, guys. Let's get it up. The likes are still very much low. Let's get the likes up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Milan Barros says, I need to go. We are celebrating in Prague. Bye, Nobu. Good day. Did your team qualify to stay up in the Czechian League, BGME? Vernie says, I'm trying to find a European trophy in Arsenal trophy cabinet. Well, Arsenal have been trolled for that a lot. Yeah, rightly so, because they've not gotten any European trophy, no Champions League, no Europa League. But is it possible? Yes, it's very much possible for Arsenal to win the Champions League against PSG. But Mikel Arteta needs to come up with a good plan. He has to come up with a good plan, because a team like PSG, you need to have a solid plan. You don't need to play to their strength. Like I said, this week we are going to enter in a couple of days, probably Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to give an in-depth analysis on that final between PSG and Arsenal. So I will dissect lots of things and areas I think Arsenal can actually exploit the PSG team, because personally, I think PSG team has a weakness. But I don't know why most coaches always try to play to PSG strength. They always try to play to PSG strength, and if you want to win a game like that, play to your own strength. Don't play to your opposite team strength. You have a way of playing. Stick to it. Frustrate them in your own game. Don't go to play their game for them. That's one mistake that most teams usually make. PSG is a very, very good team. Their defense, midfield, and attack is solid, but you have to play to your own strength. Don't allow them to dictate how you will play. It doesn't work that way. Mito says, good evening. Mito Holyhawk has an 18-year-old player named Ando, who is a very talented player with excellent dribbling skills. And I would love to see him play in the Premier League someday. Okay, I've never heard of this name before, but I actually like to I actually like to check out new young players that have talent. So yeah, of course, I think I will have to check out that kid later. He's Japanese from the name you typed out there. Ando. Okay, Ando. All right, I will check the kid up later to see what his game is actually like. I'll check him up later. Killian M. Dictator says, Noble, Arsenal won the Premier League and onto winning the Champions League. Where's all the banter for butlers now? Now, you of all people should know that I was never against Arsenal winning the Premier League. Yes, I had issues with some Arsenal fans that will come out to say crazy stuff. I don't deny that. I had issues with such people. When Arsenal fans began to talk about the quadruple, sextuple, that was when I went against them. I think I went against Arsenal for like 2 to 3 weeks. When the whole quadruple and sextuple collapsed, then I came back to supporting Arsenal. So I don't really have any issues with Arsenal winning the Premier League. Like I usually say, and I don't hide this, I don't really see Arsenal as a problem to Man United. I don't. Teams that I don't like, you see Chelsea, Liverpool, Barcelona. I don't like these teams. I have these guys as my very, very close friends, but I just don't like Chelsea. And when I was growing up in Nigeria, I had lots of Chelsea fans in my neighborhood, because back then, Mikel Obi was playing. Chelsea signed Mikel in 2005. And I've been watching football since 2001. So in my neighborhood then, we had lots of Chelsea fans, because Jose Mourinho came to the Premier League in 2000, I think it was 2004, 2005 season. He left Porto after winning the Champions League with FC Porto, came to the Premier League. Then we had lots of Nigerians and Africans. They pushed to Chelsea because Mourinho loved to play black players. So that sentiment was always there for Africans to support Chelsea. So my area had lots of Man United fans. So because of that whole factor of Mourinho playing blacks, it pushed lots of fans to Chelsea. So in my neighborhood, then Chelsea fans are always too loud. Very Chelsea fans are always too loud. So that made me not to like Chelsea. Yes, I know Man United's biggest rival is Liverpool. Yeah, I also do not like Liverpool, but Chelsea is at the top of that list, honestly. So I don't have any issue with Arsenal. Honestly, I don't have any issue with Arsenal winning the league. I've made my points known for a long time. I have no issues with that. Carrie Allison says, who won the PFA awards this season? The PFA award is not out yet. The result is not out. Probably, let's say in the next 72 hours, we might get the result for the PFA award. Yeah. I think maybe tomorrow they might announce it, but the award that Bruno won today is the award that is voted by the fans. Yeah, football fans in the Premier League cast votes on who their player of the season is, the young player of the season. And I think for the young player of the season, Nico O'Reilly of Man City won that award, and rightly so. And for me, I think Nico O'Reilly did fantastic, but I actually did not vote for the young player of the season. I voted for the player of the season. I didn't vote for the young player of the season, and the votes ended on the 18th of May. So I didn't vote for the young player. But if I had voted for the young player of the season, I would not have voted for Nico O'Reilly. He had a fantastic season, no doubt, but I would have gone for Junior Krupi. That boy is a sensation. And he has a new record actually. A teenager getting the most goals in his debut season for Bournemouth. And he was the player that gave Arsenal the league title. It was actually Krupi that gave Arsenal the league title. Mr. Arsenal says, champions, champions, ole ole, come on, the Arsenal. Well, you guys should flex and enjoy. It's your time. You guys have been through a lot. So I actually understand the feeling you guys are actually having now. Verny says, Arsenal, how many European Cup you guys have? I see. Come on, Vernies. Allow Arsenal fans to celebrate their trophy. It's actually not easy. Some of the Arsenal fans that are young that we have now, this is their first league title. There are some Arsenal fans that have been supporting Arsenal for 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. They've not seen their team win the Premier League. So just allow them to celebrate their Premier League win. Killian M. Dictator says, wait for 30th May. This might age well. Well, 30th of May is very close, so it's not a problem. It's actually 1 week. Yeah, it's a week from today. So let's see if Arsenal is going to make history. Yeah, or PSG will actually win the Champions League for the second time in their history as well. Arsenal 8517 says, comparing don't make sense. You do it respectfully, than not an issue. Yeah, I think sometimes certain people don't really know how to get their points across. Yeah, they don't know how to get their points across. Carrie Allison, of course, I remember you. Welcome back, Carrie Allison. And for those who are just joining us for the first time, guys, kindly hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's get the likes up, guys. Let's get it up. Vernie says everybody had their prime. Yes, of course. Every team have their prime. Every player as well usually have their prime. So one thing with the prime is you need to make good use of it. Very, very important. Kylian Mbappe. Okay, Kylian M. Dictator. Verny says everybody had their prime. Yeah, talking about their prime, I think player clubs have their prime. The prime for clubs go up and come down. When a club gets a sensational player, you see you see the club winning trophies, just like Barcelona, Real Madrid with Ronaldo. Then you see them winning trophies. But when those players drop, yeah, there are usually a couple of years where the club will struggle. Yeah, there are a couple of years where the club will struggle. Arsenal 8517 says Arsenal have been good against PSG last season and lost against them in that game. Donnarumma was the man of the match. Yes, Donnarumma was one of the key reasons that made PSG win lots of teams because he made fantastic saves. He made fantastic saves for PSG last season, and they also have a very, very good goalkeeper. This Russian guy, Safonov. Safonov is a top goalkeeper. I'm not gonna lie, that guy is good. He's a very, very good goalkeeper. Verny says, well, you never know. Arsenal might win, but still, it will take years if they want to be comparable to Liverpool in terms of European comparison. Now, Liverpool, when it comes to European glory, are the best in the Premier League. Ayi Animle, welcome back to the channel. Danyi Sampo says, how are you feeling that Arsenal won the league? I'm feeling really good. I don't have any problem. My wife actually is an Arsenal fan, so I don't have problem with Arsenal. I don't have problem with Arsenal fans. Though next season I'm going to banter Arsenal proper because I'm coming out for the league title next year. So I'm going to banter Arsenal properly. So I don't have any issue with Arsenal winning the Premier League, honestly. I have lots of friends who are Arsenal fans. Sometimes I banter them, but I really don't have any problem with Arsenal winning the league. I'm not pained by it, though. I'm not pained. Velny says, well, okay, I've read that already. Killian M. Dictator says, PSG ain't winning it. They can't surpass Arsenal's defense and our play style. Nah, well, you don't need to be too confident. Arsenal has the best defense in the Champions League. And when it comes to the Champions League as well, PSG has the best attack. So it's the best defense against the best, against the best attack. So it just has to do with who does their job better. That's all. If PSG's attack was able to break down the Arsenal defense, then PSG will win it. If Arsenal's defense is able to hold down that PSG attack from scoring them, then 100% Arsenal can actually go through to win it. But I think one thing Arsenal needs to do is do not concede early. And in everything you're doing, Arsenal, do not concede early against PSG. Because I've noticed when it comes to PSG games, if they don't score goals early, with time, as the game progresses, they get frustrated. So I think Arsenal's defense, that's why I say, for me, the most important player in that Arsenal team is Gabriel Magalhaes. That's why when the votes were being cast yesterday, I was surprised that Gabriel had 7% of the votes. Raya had 12, Declan Rice had 14% of the vote. Then Bruno had 68 or 69%. For me, the most important player in Arsenal is Gabriel Magalhaes. Then secondly, you can talk of David Raya. In the order of significance, Gabriel Magalhaes number one, David Raya number two, then I can go Declan Rice number three, William Saliba number four. These four guys are the most important player in Arsenal. But I don't know why most Arsenal fans even look down on the importance and the impact that Gabriel has on that Arsenal team. Arsenal won the league not because of their attack. I don't have any Arsenal player in my team of the season for the attack. I don't have any Arsenal attacker there. And I know any Arsenal fan that is not biased will not have any Arsenal attacker in the team of the season. Because you cannot pick Saka ahead of Semenyo. You cannot pick Victor Gyökeres ahead of Erling Haaland. You cannot pick Jeremy Doku ahead of Martinelli or Leandro Trossard. It's not possible. So I think people downplay the importance of defenders, especially the way Arsenal plays. If Arsenal was playing like, let's say, the PSG team that the attack is wicked, then all the focus is going to be on the attack. Look at the PSG team. Everything that we are saying is just Ousmane Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, who else in the attack? Desire Doué. Then we come to the midfield, Vitinha, Joao Neves, and possibly Zaire Emery or Fabian Ruiz. These are the guys we focus on. People don't really focus on the PSG defense. Yes, PSG's defense is solid, no doubt about that. But where the focus is always on is the attack. So for the Arsenal side, I think their defense is their main strength. And I also think that that same defense is going to win them the Champions League or make them lose it because they need to defend properly. They need to defend properly. Carrie Allison says, City, City, Blue Moon. You saw me standing alone without a dream. Okay. Now, don't worry. Pep already is already leaving Man City. So you guys are going to be in for a very, very long ride. City fans. You guys are going to be in for a very long ride. Yo, guys, let's get the likes up and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, guys. Let's get it up. Samuel Mienza says next season he will burn this Mumu United shirt. Bro, don't worry. Next season I will come for Arsenal. What? Arsenal 8517 says you do know right. La Liga is ending today, not tomorrow. Are you kidding me? La Liga? Whoa. Wait, let me check. What? Ah. Are you kidding me? Damn. Wow, I think sometimes this time difference sometimes is crazy. Oh boy, I thought it was tomorrow. That was why when that guy was talking about Lewandowski, I told him that Barcelona game is actually tomorrow. Nah. Oh boy, honestly, nah. I didn't know that. I actually was thinking that the Barcelona game was for tomorrow. Uh, damn, and oh boy, I'm still not sure if I'm. Okay. Well, let's see how it goes. I'm still not sure if I'm going to do it because I already scheduled my plans and things I actually want to do for the night. But let's see if I can do the watch along for it. And thanks, Adam, for reminding me. Thank you very much for reminding me. Adi FC Edit says, I think Hall should be given direct entry to Premier League since Southampton were kicked out. Nah, it doesn't work that way. Southampton were kicked out because of what they did. It was illegal. It was against the rule. So the EFL had to step in, deduct 4 points from them, and Middlesbrough came back to replace Southampton. What I think what that coach did was just too dumb. I don't know if he has been sacked by Southampton. It's just a crazy move from him. Focus on your tactics. Why are you going to spy on your opponent? That means you don't trust your tactics. Focus on yourself, man. It's crazy. Gavi says Rice deserves player of the season. Uh Player of the year award for Fernandez, and you know it's Noble. Okay, PT award. Okay, you say it's PT award for Fernandez. How is it PT award? How is it PT award? Now we cast the vote here yesterday. We had 150 people partake in that particular exercise yesterday, and Bruno had 68%. Declan Rice had 14%. David Raya had 12%, and Gabriel Magalhaes had just 7%. Now, if you look at the different players, even if you combine these three players together, they don't really match up to Bruno's 69%. Of course, I know you don't really care about the 50 people, right? It was 150 people, by the way. Now, this is for Noble's view. We had, I don't know the millions of people that must have voted in the Premier League website, the EA Sports. I voted. I participated in that vote. I think I cast my vote on the 15th. Yeah, I voted on the 15th of May. And Bruno was the person who I voted for. I didn't vote for the other categories, right? I didn't vote for manager of the season. I didn't vote for young player of the season. I just went straight up to vote for Bruno as player of the season because I think he deserved it. If I had gone with young player of the season, probably I would have voted for Gino Krupi, not Nico O'Reilly. But Nico O'Reilly won it. I know, yeah, it's because he plays for City. It's a big team. Bournemouth is actually a smaller team. But Gino Krupi, for me, has had a better season than Nico O'Reilly. Then for manager of the season, I will go for, I think I'll go for Mikel Arteta. Yes, because going on to win the Premier League, even when your own fans doubted you, it takes a lot. Yeah, it takes a lot mentally, physically. You have to devise means to be able to get your team over the line. So, my manager of the season definitely has to be Mikel Arteta. 100%. It has to be Mikel Arteta. Then I will, yesterday we were having this conversation. Yeah, we had the conversation on the team of the season. And I called out my team of the season. The goalkeeper, like I said, Raya. Left back, Nico O'Reilly. Center back, Gabriel Magalhaes and Kusanov. Right back, I went with Yuri Timber. Then for the central midfield, I went with Declan Rice, Ryan Cherki and Bruno Fernandes. Then up front, Doku, Haaland and Semenyo. Now for the, I think I will go first with flop of the season. Flop of the season. My flop of the season has to be Alexander Isak because he was signed for 125 million pounds, if I'm not mistaken, and he came from Newcastle to Liverpool. So it's not like he came from the MLS or he came from Germany. He came from the Premier League team, Newcastle to Liverpool, and yet we saw how the whole season went for him. So my flop of the season has to go to Alexander Isak. So guys, let me know in the chat who is your flop of the season when it comes to all the players that were signed this Premier League. Which this Premier League season that is going to end tomorrow. Which player is your worst signing of the season? Kadir says, I'm from Turkish. Okay, you're Turkish. All right. Nice to have you on the channel. Which part of Turkey are you from? Kadir. Kadir, which part of Turkey are you from? Are you from Istanbul? Steve says Arsenal is better. So long the English Premier League is concerned, Arsenal is the best team this season. That's why they were able to win the league title. So for me, that's not up for debate. Yeah, Arsenal has the best squad. That's why they are the champions. Diego Jota says, Chill Kadir, I'm fan Turkey. Papa Oz says, Liam Delap. Okay, Liam. Okay, Liam the clap. You're saying Liam Delap is the worst signing of the season. Guys, let me know in the chat. Papa Oz has already given us his worst signing of the season. For me, I went with Alexander Isak. Papa Oz chose Liam Delap as the worst signing of the season. So let me know in the chat who you think the worst signing of the season is. Diego Jota says, I'm from Turkey. Which part of Turkey are you from? Steve says, okay, Arsenal is better. I've read that one out. Adi FC says, thanks for reminding. I really forgot there's a player named Alexander Isak. Now, I think the way the season went for Isak, I didn't expect it. I am a big fan of Alexander Isak, honestly, because I think he's a striker that can score a goal out of nothing. You might see not a full chance, actually, a very, very slight chance in a game, and Isak will score. But coming to Liverpool, he looks lost. He's no longer that player we know. It's just, yeah, I think for Isak, it's a big shame. Frankly speaking, it's a big shame that Isak will, like, he's not had a fantastic season with Liverpool. Even though, yes, I understand the fact that the whole transfer saga, he had injuries, getting that momentum wasn't there for him. But I will still go with Isak as my worst signing of the season. RDFC edit says Ganacho. Well, Ganacho, he's still young, I understand, but I can also understand the reason for Ganacho to be on that list. I can understand the reason for Ganacho being on that list. Ganacho, he's been in the Premier League, I think, for 3 seasons, and the shambles, the shambolic performances for Chelsea this season, I think it was bad. But though, I think in the Champions League, he got a couple of goals for Chelsea. Diego Jota says, I'm in Turkey right now because my mom lives in Turkey. Okay, but you're not Turkish. But your mom is living in Turkey. Frederick Constant says, I play for a good football club. Which football club do you play for? Constant. Papa All says, no, Ganacho won us one game and got us a draw for another. The club has one goal the whole season. Like, are you serious? Now, Delap has one goal in all the competitions or just the Premier League? Are you being serious? Liam Delap has just one goal. I honestly have not checked his stats to see what his goal tally is. I have not checked his stats to see what his goal tally is, but scoring one goal in the whole season, like in all competition for a striker, nah, I don't believe that, man. I don't believe that. Delap has one goal. RDFC says Isak and Newcastle both had a very terrible season. Yes, Newcastle season was terrible. Yeah, I don't know what happened with Newcastle and Eddie Howe. They signed a couple of good players, the likes of Nick Watermada, Anthony Elanga, Johan Visa. Which other which other player did Newcastle sign? I think they made decent signings, but yeah, the team just didn't gel or click well. Frederick says Valencia, you play for their senior team or the academy team. Frederick. Papa O says, yes, the club has one goal in 27 Premier League games and one goal in the Champions League. Man, that is a horrible record for a striker. In 27 games. I still find this very, very shocking, sincerely. A striker scoring one goal in 27 games. Ah, man, it's crazy. Diego Jota says, I live in Kuala Lumpur. My dad is living in Japan. My mom is in Turkey. Why why are you guys dispersed in different countries? Your mom lives in Turkey. You live in Kuala Lumpur in Indonesia, right? And your dad lives in Japan. I guess Tokyo. Tap Fuma says hi. Tap Fuma, where are you connecting from? Mr. Gosh says hi. Mr. Gosh, welcome back as well. Dictator Mbappe says hi. Dictator Mbappe, nice to have you back. All right, Frederick, do have an amazing evening. Adi FC says, get me right. The club got his only UCL goal versus Barcelona. Wow, that's crazy. He got he got his UCL goal against Barcelona. I think Chelsea won that game 3-0 against Barca. Yeah, I remember Chelsea won that game, and I think Chelsea had about 3 or 4 goals disallowed for offside. And I think two of those should have stood up for a goal. But yeah, they were denied 2 goals. Yeah, the other two were rightly offsides, but Barcelona Highline were very, very, like, their defense was just so bad. Green Devil says, glory, glory, Man United. Welcome to the channel, Green Devil. Nice to have you on. Frederick says, I'm a Barca fan. All right, Frederick. Fantastic. Yo, guys, let's get the lights up. Let's get it up. I actually didn't know that La Liga is ending today. I was projecting it for tomorrow. Honestly, I was projecting it for tomorrow. I didn't know La Liga was going to end tonight. Man, it's really crazy. It's really crazy. Green Devil, where are you connecting from? Mr. Green Devil, where are you connecting from? Like I said earlier on, guys, when I started the stream, Bruno Fernandez has won the Premier League Player of the Season award. And I put up a poll on the screen to ask you guys, did Bruno deserve the Player of the Season award? 58% said yes, while 42% said no. So this is from 42 votes. So I need more people to participate in the votes, guys. I need more people to participate. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think Bruno deserved to win it, or he robbed someone else for the award? Is it Declan Rice? Is it Erling Haaland, David Raya, Gabriel Magalhaes, or Igor Thiago? Who do you think should have won it instead of Bruno? Tasso Suli says, hello, my friend. Glory, glory, Man United. Yeah, Tasso Sulis, welcome back. Nice to have you back. Frederick says, are you a Real Madrid fan? Yes. Madrid is my second team, but Man United is my first. Diego Jota says, my dad and my mom, because I love Malaysia, so I live in Kuala Lumpur. Okay. Kuala Lumpur. I don't know how many of the Arsenal fans have seen the song from Robbie. Before I went live, I was just listening to that song from Robbie of AFTV. And sincerely speaking, that song was dope. Yeah, the song that Robbie of AFTV did, I think it was posted about 4 hours ago. I love that song. Samuel Muyenza says Declan Rice deserves to win it, not your Mumu Bruno. Don't worry, go cry, bro. Go cry. Go cry. Solomon says, I voted for no. Okay, you think Bruno didn't deserve it? Who then deserved to win it? Solomon. And finally, for you, sportsman, do you think you guys will stay up tomorrow? Will you get a draw or win against Everton at your home ground? Oracle says Bruno truly deserved it. Yeah, 100%. I think Bruno deserved the Premier League Player of the Season award because, in my opinion, he's had the most fantastic individual season. And lots of people forget that he played deeper role for first half of the season under Ruben Amorim. And yet he created the most chances. He assisted the most as at that time. He had, I think, like all the attacking stats were just in favor of Bruno Fernandes. So it's really, really fantastic, honestly. Solomon says, I hate Arsenal. I hate Arsenal fans. I hate Arsenal players. You're a sports fan. So Arsenal fans don't actually expect anything different. Aziz Olasukomi says, my name is Alex Suko Fernandez. That's Sukomi. I had a Yoruba guy in my school, my primary school back then. That was like in the 90s, about, I think probably about 30 years ago. Is it? Yeah, around 30 years or 27 years ago. I had someone in my school then that bear that name, Sukomi. Yeah, and it's the first time I'm actually seeing someone bearing the name after that guy. I've not seen a Yoruba person. I know it's a Yoruba name, of course, but I've not seen a Yoruba person bearing that name recently. It's been a long time. Aziz says Bruno needs Ballon d'Or now. If Man United played in the Champions League, Bruno would have been pushed up front for the Ballon d'Or award. But yeah, Man United is not in the Champions League. They didn't play Champions League this season. But of course, next season we are back to where we belong. Anas Majubi, nice to have you back, man. Welcome back, Anas Majubi. Papa O says Everton and West Ham better turn up, do us all a solid tomorrow. But bro, why I want to ask you this question sincerely. Why are you giving yourself headache over Tottenham? You guys have won the league. Allow other people to rest. Arsenal fans, allow Tottenham to rest. You guys have won the league. So why not allow Spurs? Why not allow them to stay up? You want Spurs to go and play Millwall next season? Come on, man. You guys should allow them. Some fans might not take that. Some Tottenham fans might not be able to take that. If Spurs get relegated, sincerely, they will not take it. Aziz says, wow, that's great. Surrender, I'm a Manchester United fan. Wow, fantastic. I'm also a United fan, man. It's really nice to have you on the channel. Which let's see. Fernandez, Alex, Sukomi, are you outside of Nigeria? Because I know people who live in Nigeria hardly answer that name, Fernandez. Aziz says, yes, Ederson almost done. I honestly don't like the signing of that guy. That Ederson boy, that Brazilian guy, I don't like that signing because I think we deserve to get the best. And in my opinion, he's not the best. There are still other midfielders out there that I think can actually give us better than Ederson, sincerely. Papa O says, because F Tottenham and I'm a Chelsea fan. It's Arsenal that is supposed to have serious problem with Spurs because I understand they are from the same North London. But you guys are in West, right? Chelsea is in West London. So the rivalry is not really as fierce as the Tottenham Chelsea one. I think Chelsea should be focused more on the likes of Fulham. I think Fulham is West London. Which other team? I don't know if West Ham is in West London or East, but I know for sure Fulham is in West London. I don't know if Brentford. I think Brentford is actually. I don't know if Brentford is West London actually. Samuel Muyenza says United fan and Yoruba. Wow, that's Mumu Amala combination Aziz. This Arsenal guy, Samuel Muyenza, if na your mouth, in fact, Arsenal no go get any other team to support them to win the Champions League a week from today. If people follow your mouth as an Arsenal fan, they will not want Arsenal to even get anything. Solomon says, Papa, chill, bro. We will do comeback. Chill. I believe Spurs can get a draw against Everton tomorrow. It's going to be a tough one, but of course, I do believe they can. Diego says, me and my grandfather in Kuala Lumpur. All right, brother. That's cool. Aziz says, I'm in Nigeria. I like it, bro. He's a backup. Tonali, Anderson, and Co are on our radar. Tonali. I also don't buy the idea of Tonali, sincerely. I don't really like the idea of Tonali. I don't know why lots of Man United fans are just gassed up with the whole Sandro Tonali deal. I don't really fancy Sandro Tonali. There's some part of his game that I love. I think the only part of his game that I love is the fact that he can shoot from any angle. He's got very good kick. He can be 30 yards, 35 yards, and he will strike. That's just the only thing I like about Sandro Tonali. But when you look at other stats, I honestly don't rate him highly. Sincerely. I think once the season ends, I'm going to do an in-depth analysis into some of these targets. Yeah, probably compare the 2 or 3 midfielders that we are looking for, or we are very much close to signing. Samuel Muyenza says, guy, it's by foot we go win the UCL. Cho don't win trophy. I'm glad you know that Cho doesn't win trophy. It's your legs that you use to win the trophy. So let's see if you guys can win it or not. But like I said, I still support Arsenal. I already agreed I'm going to wear an Arsenal shirt for the final. Yeah, I'm going to wear an Arsenal shirt for the final. So I'll be supporting you guys. I'll be supporting you guys regardless of your bad mouth, because if now you have a very, very bad mouth. This Samuel Muyanza guy. If I follow your mouth, I will want Arsenal to lose all their matches. Yeah, but there are other Arsenal fans that are better. There are other Arsenal fans that are better than you. So your mouth no good, bro. Your mouth no good at all. But no wahala, sha. I will still support Arsenal. Solomon says Dembele will destroy Arsenal. Dembele, he said he's fit, but I think for Ousmane Dembele, he's not even going to be the main threat. The main threat is Kvaratskhelia, that boy. That boy is a problem. I don't know who is going to mark him. Urian Timber is injured. Ben White, I think he's undergone surgery. The only option now is Mosquera. And Mosquera, he's not. Mosquera is not really what you need in that final, but you would just hope and pray he does the job for you. That's just the only thing in that game. You just have to hope and pray that Mosquera does the job for you, sincerely. But I think it's going to be interesting. Aziz says Tonali is a Premier League proven scores choose him. Bro, I don't really care about who my United legends choose, honestly. I love to assess the situation, analyze it myself, look at our style of play, look at the style of play of this player, and I'll now decide and make a conclusion. Okay, does this person fit our system? Yes or no? So these are things that personally I look at. Honestly, these are things that I actually look at. So I don't really care about Man United legends choosing this player or that player. Nah, that's not for me. I prefer to look at I prefer to look at the player, analyzing. For example, I think someone like Noah Sadiki will give Man United better than what Tonali would do for us. And also, talking about Tonali, I think the garbage that comes with Sandro Tonali is just too much. Sincerely, the garbage that comes with him, he's had betting issues twice now. And I don't really, I don't really need United to go towards that direction. We have tried to pull ourselves out of the whole Rashford saga, Jadon Sancho stuff, and other players that have things that go on outside of the pitch. So I wouldn't want us to go back on that same route we just took ourselves off. So and the fact that if you check his stats, I think next week I'll be making a couple of videos. I'll make videos and bring out the stats of each of these guys, so you guys can actually compare and see what will be good for us. Because sometimes most people just use eye tests. Yes, I love to use eye tests. I also love to use statistics to back it. So you cannot be looking at the eye test alone. There are so many things you look at. So many things. Yeah, Tonali is a good player, but I really don't think he's going to give us what we want at Man United. Solomon says Arsenal strikers are bad. Arsenal's attack is not really prolific. Next season, I know Mikel Arteta is going to strengthen his attack for sure. Samuel Muyenza says Anderson and Wharton should be prime United candidates. For Elliot Anderson, I agree with you, but Adam Wharton, nah, I don't need Adam Wharton at Man United. The three midfielders that would give me the satisfaction I need from Man United this season, that I can comfortably say Man United can challenge Arsenal for the league next season. If Man United get Elliot Anderson, Aurelien Tchouameni, and Noah Sadiki, these three boys, our midfield is going to be very, very solid. If Man United can get these three guys, I kid you not, our midfield is going to be one of the best. Kassa is leaving, so we need to get a very good replacement for him. And I think either Chomeni or Elliot Anderson would be the perfect replacement for Kassa. So I think United need to go big in that midfield. Last Gospel Adesi says, what do you think Arnold and Palmer out of England? Honestly, I really don't have an issue with Alexander Arnold being out of the England squad. Yes, I would have taken Arnold. Yeah, I would have taken Arnold to the World Cup, but his form this season hasn't been fantastic. So if Thomas Tuchel is going with form, then Arnold is not going to be on that list. But there are some players he picked that their form this season has been bad. For example, look at John Stones. John Stones doesn't even start games for Man City. So why in the world are you picking a player that doesn't start games for his club, Manchester City? And I think in the last 7 or 8 games, John Stones has not started for City. And the periods he came, I can only remember one period out of those 7 or 8 games that John Stones came on, and I think he played about, was it 10 minutes in that game? So I don't really think that some decisions that he took there, I don't agree with them. And for Cole Palmer, I think it was the right decision to leave Cole Palmer out. Yeah, I think it was the right decision to leave Cole Palmer out because this is a blessing in disguise for Cole Palmer. It's a blessing in disguise. And the reason why I say this is because I think for 2 straight seasons, Palmer has not had a break. He has not had a break. And look at the injury he had earlier on this season. He came back. He's just off it. So I think it's the right decision to leave Cole Palmer out. And also, Palmer will benefit from this in the long run. Yeah, Palmer will benefit from it in the long run. So I think it's the right decision to leave Palmer out of the England squad. Foden has been rubbish the whole season. Foden hasn't been playing really well. So I also don't have any issues with Phil Foden not making it to the World Cup. I don't have an issue with that. Cool One says, what's up, Noble? How are you? You're so close to 3K. Come on. Yeah, thanks, my bro. Thank you very much. Nice to have you back. Yeah, we are just about 80 subscribers away from 3K. Yeah, we're 80 subscribers away from 3K. And yeah, I know in a couple of days, maybe between the next 2 days or three, we'll definitely hit that number. Thank you very much. Anas Majubi says, PSG vs Arsenal goal war. Solomon says, Spurs are not signing star players. Samuel Muyenza says, Guy, you say this, but would happily collect Greenwood. Very fraudulent man. Now, I gave you that aspect as the last thing, right? That's not even my main issue with Tonali. My main issue with Tonali is the fact that his gameplay, his actual quality is not the level people are placing him. If you check that's why I said I'm gonna take time to analyze the Sandro Tonali stats, comparing him with the likes of Elliot Anderson, right? So you can see what his game is like. There was a time I did that I think it was about 3 or 4 months ago, where I think I analyzed Angelo Stiller, Elliot Anderson, there's this other midfielder, Tonali and one other person. I think, okay, Baleba. Yeah, these 4 midfielders. There was a time I actually brought their stats and analyzed these guys together. So that's the main reason for me not wanting Sandro Tonali at Man United. And rightly so, because I think there are better options out there. Yes, he's Premier League proven, but I would rather we get Aurelien Tchouameni than get Sandro Tonali. I also would rather have Bruno Guimaraes than sign Sandro Tonali. They are both on the same. I think Bruno Guimaraes should be 27, 28. Tonali is around 26, 27. So they are on the same age range. Yeah, so I really don't have an issue with that. Davis says, Flamingo Palmeiras tomorrow. Who do you think will win? Flamingo Palmeiras. I've not been watching their games recently, so I can't really predict the games that I don't watch. If it were to be games that I watch often, yeah, I can give you my prediction. Solomon says, Solanke Scorpion goal need to win Puskás. Yeah, that goal is one of my favorites, and it's in contention for the goal of the season, the Puskás Award. Mission Impossible says, Woman United. And as Majubi says, come you. Samuel Mienza says, Adam Wharton is massively underrated. Nah, I don't think Adam Wharton is underrated. The reason I don't want Adam Wharton at Man United is because we already have Kobe. And there is a weakness in Kobe that is also inherent in Adam Wharton. So that is why I don't really want Adam Wharton. But he's a fantastic lad. He's a top player. And that weakness that I see in Kobe and also in Wharton is the speed. They don't have the speed. Yes, I know on the ball, they are very, very intelligent and good. But when it comes to pace as a midfielder, these guys don't have it. So having two players that don't have that pace in the midfield is going to be a problem for you. GGV says, hi, Mamane. Hi, mommy. Cool One says, I think this is wake-up call for Palmer. He was main man at Chelsea and probably expected to get to the World Cup. But hopefully this shows him he needs to improve and be better next season. Yeah, that's why I said it's a blessing in disguise. Sometimes when you are in your comfort zone, you be so relaxed. But if you are in a very, very competitive environment or an environment that is fierce with lots of battles, you always be on your A game. You always be on your A game. I think Kopama, yes, I understand he's had a couple of injuries, but he's been too relaxed of late. Too relaxed. It feels like, yeah, it's given. I'm the best player at Chelsea. I'm this, I'm that. Nah, bro, you gotta work for it. Every damn season, you've got to work for it. This is one of the reasons why I love Cristiano. Look at Ronaldo's reaction on, was it on Friday? Thursday actually, when he won the Saudi Pro League. Ronaldo was crying as though it was his first trophy ever. That's to show how passionate he is as a footballer. Samuel Muyenza says, ask Bruno, he would love playing with him. I'm telling you, he would be perfect for United. Now, I don't really need Bruno to tell me. Of course, I know Adam Wharton's quality. I don't doubt his quality. Like I said, technically, he's good. He's very good on the ball. But the major issue I have with Wharton, that I don't really need him in my own midfield, is the fact that he doesn't have that pace. He doesn't have the legs to cover the ground. There are some games you need to cover the ground. You can't have Kobe and Adam Wharton play midfield for you. It doesn't work that way. Kobe can play with Elliot Anderson. We've seen it in the England national team. And even without watching them play together, I already see the style of play of this player and the style of play of the other player, then to know if it will work out. GG says, hey, mommy. David says, Flamingo Palmeiras tomorrow. Lenient Mudviti says, you remember me? Yes, Lenient, I remember you. Welcome back. CR7 King says, this has to be one of the most shit finals. Now, I think the finals will begin to heat up from Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, it's going to be heating up from Monday, Tuesday. The hype is going to be there. Yo, guys, let's get the likes up. Our likes are still very much low. I want us to get the likes up, guys. Let's get it up. Ole cool. Tell me something where I no fit to. Mo pa 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 my lord too. Let's get our likes up, guys. Let's get it up. Art Squad says, I just came back from playing GTA V. By the way, I'm not flexing. I'm just saying. All right, bro. Stunner Junior says, subscribe done. Thank you very much, Stunner Junior, for subscribing to Nobles. We appreciate. And for those who are yet to subscribe, please kindly support the channel by hitting the like button and subscribing as well. Art Squad says, hi, Art Squad, nice to have you back, man. Nice to have you back. CR7 King says, how did it feel to be a goalkeeper? Did you spit on your gloves and rub them together and shout at the odd outfit players? Now, I don't spit into my palm and rub it now. But of course, I like to scream at the top of my voice to make sure my players hear me. I always like to make sure they hear me. Of course, you have to be vocal as a goalkeeper to be able to command and control your back line. It's very, very important. So, yeah, when necessary, I do scream at the players, though. I do scream, I do scream at them. Kati Penumali says Messi or Ronaldo. Of course, he has to be Cristiano Ronaldo. The GOAT. He's the GOAT of the game for me. 100%. CR7 King says, okay, I've read that out already. Let's see. I think there are a couple of comments I skipped. Anas Majubi says, come you. Yeah. Last God says the fourth one won't do anything. I don't know the fourth one that won't do anything you are referring to actually. Yeah, I really do not know. But guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Give me 1 minute. Let me get something. 1 minute, guys. Yo, guys, I am back. I'm back. Mr. Falal Alawat. Okay, I am back, guys. The Barcelona game, I honestly didn't know that Barcelona Madrid were playing their last game of the season today. I thought it was tomorrow. Yeah, I honestly thought it was tomorrow. I didn't know that the La Liga game was going to end today. And all the games are played at the same time, 8 p.m. Yeah, I will not be able to do live watch along for that game. Honestly, I will not be able to do live watch along because by then I'll be sleeping and I needed to be somewhere very early tomorrow morning. So, but I will not be doing the live watch along for the Madrid game, the Barcelona game. Yeah, I actually miscalculated that game. I miscalculated it 100%. Proy Play says, good day. Proy Plays, which country are you from exactly? Which country are you from? Proy Plays. Which country are you from, bro? Oh, yeah. Please, those who are joining us for the first time, kindly hit the like button and subscribe to Noble's View. Let's get the likes up. Okay, you're from Belgium. Okay, Belgium. Yeah, your team, your country, the golden generation for the Belgium national team. You guys were unable to win anything with the likes of Eden Hazard, his brother, is it Trozan or what's Hazard? I've forgotten something Togan Hazard or so. Then Lukaku, Kevin De Bruyne, Carrasco, Yuri Tillemans, Thibaut Courtois. Which other guys in your team? Toby Alderweireld. I think it's Toby Alderweireld. Jan Vertonghen. Jan Vertonghen. Jan Vertonghen, was he? I think he was Dutch or was he Belgium? I think Jan Vertonghen was from. I don't know if he's from the Netherlands. Now, these guys you are calling are the current players of the Belgium team. I'm talking about the golden generation of Belgium when Martinez was still your coach. Now is Lamens, Thibaut Courtois, Marcels. But I think Marcels was not picked. I think Marcels was not picked for the World Cup squad for Belgium. Then you have Onana, Amadou Onana, Yuri Tillemans, Jeremy Doku. Yeah, Doku is part of the team. I don't know if KDB included in the World Cup squad for Belgium, because I honestly didn't check their full squad. I just looked at the goalkeeper because it's just the goalkeeper that I'm interested in, whether Senne Lammens will go to the World Cup. So Pride plays, is KDB in the squad? I don't know if he's retired from the Belgium national team, like international football. I don't know if Kevin De Bruyne has retired. Yeah, but that's your team is still decent, but not really maybe coming to compete top level. But let's see what happens. It's the World Cup, and anything is very much possible. Nothing is beyond the realms of possibility so long the World Cup is concerned. A team you don't even think can do anything can actually shock you and get a win against you. That's how it is in the World Cup, honestly. That's how it is in the World Cup. Yeah, I'll go through a couple of news. Probably in less than an hour, or let's say 30 minutes tops or 40. I'm going to end the stream. So we'll go through a couple of news. Yeah, there are, like I said earlier on, Bruno won the Player of the Season award. The award was given to him today. This is actually voted by the fans, not the players. It's the PFA award that you get the fans to vote, the Professional Footballers Association Award. That's the full meaning of PFA, Professional Footballers Association. So the players themselves cast the vote. And we've seen that lots of guys are heading towards the Bruno side. So many players have been asked who is the player of the season, and they will tell you Bruno, Bruno, Bruno. It's going towards Bruno's direction. Then for young player of the season, Manchester City youngster Nico O'Reilly, he won the Premier League Young Player of the Season award. And yeah, I would have given it to Krupi, but O'Reilly has had a fantastic season, so I'm not going to complain about it. Yeah, coming to Man United, still talking about Manchester though. The Man United actually posted a couple of hours ago that Steve Holland, Jonathan Woodgate, Johnny Evans, Travis Binnon, and Craig Molson will continue with Manchester United as part of Michael Carrick's staff. Yeah, I think that's actually the correct thing to do, because you don't need to go reshuffle the coaching staff to get in new people. These guys have been working with the players, and they've known the strengths and weaknesses of the players and the club. And they also know the areas that they need to make some adjustments. So it's really, really nice to see that these guys have been given the opportunity to continue with Michael Carrick. So let's see how Carrick does at Man United, if he's going to succeed or if he will struggle. Yeah, let's see how that goes. Yeah, guys, people who are just joining, kindly hit the like button and subscribe to Noble's View. Yeah, the Middlesbrough game, it's still 90 minutes, guys. The Middlesbrough game against Hull City, it's still on. Finally, I'm able to get something in that game, because I've been looking for this for the longest time. Honestly, I've been looking for this Hull City Middlesbrough game for the longest time. And I just tuned into the game now. Yeah, it's 0-0. No goals yet. 8 minutes added time between Hull City and Middlesbrough. I've been trying to connect to this game since. Oh! Why did you not fall? Ah, man, some players are not just smart. Some players are not just smart. Look at the contact was coming. You just some players are not just smart, honestly. Why would you dodge it? He came for it. Give it to him. Come on. Uh Troy Play says, don't get carried away, get it. Wadito Android says Bruno is not gonna be best midfielder. What do you mean Bruno is not gonna be best midfielder? Right now, Bruno is the best midfielder in the world, not even in the Premier League. If you're saying in the Premier League, he's just limiting how fantastic he's been. He's the best midfielder in the world, no doubt. Falah says, Yamal or Ronaldo, please reply. I don't need to reply that. Yeah, maybe you can ask maybe Yamal or Messi. That doesn't make sense. Comparing Yamal and Ronaldo, it doesn't make sense for me. The only comparison you can make with Ronaldo is Messi, Ronaldo, or Ronaldo, Messi. Anything outside that, nah, I don't engage in such. It's 5 more minutes to go. 5 more minutes for the final between Hull City and Middlesbrough to come to an end. Okay, I think they'll have to go into. Is it extra time or penalty straight up? I think it might be extra time. Pride places. Who told you that no one is close to Bruno? Well, there is no midfielder in the world right now that is close to what Bruno has done this season. Like in terms of the chances created, the assist. I know if he had played in Europe, he would have gotten more assists than he currently has. Ranji says Inter vs Bologna 0-0 right now. How many minutes have been played, Ranji? Falah says Real Madrid will win 3-0. Yeah, like I said earlier, I didn't know that Madrid have a game today. With I think Madrid is playing Valencia. Yeah, but I will not be able to do live watch along for the Madrid game though. Prime places, I think after the World Cup, they said they will remove extra time. No, I don't think that makes sense. They should allow extra time, man. It's still part of the game, and it makes the game more interesting. Ooh, go ball! Guys, Hull City just scored. What the heck? This guy that played for which team was this? Wow, Hull City just scored now. This guy played in the Premier League. What is his name? Wow, Hull City just scored in the 95th minute, guys. 3 minutes to go. Whoa. 3 more minutes to go, and Hull City just scored. This guy played in the Prem. What's this guy's name? This striker. Was it for Southampton or no? It wasn't Ipswich. Let me see his name. I've forgotten this striker's name. Krizanak says hi. Krizanak, nice to have you back. The goalkeeper is in serious emotional mess right now. He knew he should have done better. He knew he should have done better there. Wow. Let me watch the replay. Let me watch the replay to see. Yeah, this left winger, this guy. Okay, yeah, the goalkeeper. Yeah, the goalkeeper is at fault. The goalkeeper is at fault. It's the keeper's fault. This looks like what Andre Onana can do. Ranji says McBurn scored. Yes, it's McBurn. I've been trying to get that name, McBurn. I know he played in the Premier League and his team got relegated. Wow. Massive congratulations to Hull City. So we are going to have Hull City back in the Premier League. Brian, the goalkeeper for Middlesbrough. The keeper actually gifted Hull City. He just did an Onana classic there. The goalkeeper did an Onana classic. Why not catch the ball? You punch that ball out. It's something. It's even easier for him to catch it. McBurn. Samiento. The goalkeeper has has done his job, and it's a very bad job. What is VAR checking here? What has this got to do with VAR? Okay, substitutions. I would have gone straight to the referee and asked him, bro, are you sure you're okay? Pride play says because the players get tired. Nah, I think it's still part of the game. It's from extra time, players that actually have the strength to play for long hours, to play 120 minutes. Honestly. Yo, guys, it's 1-0 for Hull City against Middlesbrough. So we are going to have Hull City back in the Premier League. I think Hull City were actually waiting for me to connect to the game. Yeah, they were waiting for me to connect to the game before they scored their winning goal. Lundstram. Man. Fala says Ronaldo or Mbappe. Come on, bro. Anything that has to do with comparing Ronaldo to any other player aside Messi, I don't even engage in such conversation. I think the referee might allow the game to play till like 101 or 100 minutes. The page my goat says no, Middlesbrough lost. Yeah, Middlesbrough are losing 1-0 at the moment. Hull City just scored about, let's say, 3 minutes ago through McBurn's goal. That was a goalkeeper error. Five Moki says Chomeni or Kamavinga. Of course, I'm going with Chomeni. Kamavinga has had a very terrible season. That's why Didier Deschamps didn't pick him for the World Cup. So for sure, I'll go with Didier Deschamps. And Chomeni is the second on my list for midfielders Man United should go for this season. Elliot Anderson is number one. Aurelien Chomeni is number two. So Kamavinga for me, nah. He's had a very, very terrible season. Very terrible season. Yeah. Hull City just have to hold on. Probably in the next 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes tops. The referee might end the game. And they are going to be back in the Prem. I really can't remember the last time that Hull City. When was the last time Hull City was in the Prem, guys? I know it's been a very, very long time. I remember when Peter Cech had that injury that made him start wearing a helmet. It was actually a Hull City, I think it was a Hull City defender or midfielder that gave him that injury. So it's been a long time Hull City has been in the Prem. Prashant, the law says Chelsea forever. Okay, you're a Chelsea man. Are you from India, Prashant? Because your name sounds Indian. McBurn. Five more key says 100%. Yeah, I definitely want us to go for the best. Seriously, I want us to go for the best. And I think Chomeni and Henderson, if Man United can have Chomeni and Henderson, Elliot Anderson, sorry, not Ederson. I don't really like that Brazilian guy Man United is about to sign. I don't fancy him, but regardless if he comes, I'll still support him because he'll be a United player. But honestly, I don't like that signing. I would have gone for Noah Sadiki. Noah Sadiki would have been cheaper. And also, Premier League proven, yes, Noah Sadiki has just played one season and he's had a fantastic season for Sunderland. Mateus Fernandez is also expensive, as I'm hearing. West Ham are trying to get huge money from the deal. Prashant says, yeah, bro. Okay, which part of India are you from, Prashant? Is it Kerala, Shillong, Kolkata, Goa, Mumbai, or West Bengal? This should be the last kick of the game. Ooh. Elliot. Elliot says Arsenal Hoyi. Okay, Elliot, you're an Arsenal fan. Massive congratulations to your team. It's not easy, man. It's not easy. You guys have won the Premier League for the first time in 22 years. So it's not easy. So massive congratulations to all the Arsenal fans. I know Arsenal fans are now active on all social media platforms. They are all active. But I think Arsenal fans deserve to celebrate because they've been through a lot. Yeah, Arsenal fans have been through a lot. So you guys actually deserve to celebrate 100%. Juliet Notson says hi. Juliet, nice to have you on the chat. Where are you connecting from, Juliet? Prashant says Karnataka. Karnataka. It's the first time I'm hearing the name of that city. Which popular city is actually close to Karnataka? Which popular city is close to your city, Prashant? Because I've not heard this city name before. Troy Play says, I'm so happy Garnacho left Man United. Honestly, these were one of the things that Ruben Amorim did at Man United that I loved. Take out all those bad eggs, boys that will not want to use their mind to play. It's a good thing that he did for us. Get all these guys out. Fala says Real Madrid vs Athletic. Okay, but is it Barcelona that is playing Valencia? I thought Madrid is playing against. Let me check the fixtures. Let me check. Let me check the fixtures. Madrid. Okay, Chelsea Sunderland tomorrow. Madrid is playing against Athletic Club. Okay. Barcelona is playing against Valencia away from home. Prashant says Bangalore is in Karnataka, bro. Okay, I know of Bangalore. I don't know. I don't know if I'm the one pronouncing it wrongly. Is it Bangalore or Bangalore? Which one is it? Yeah, but I know of Bangalore or Bangalore, whichever one it's called. Like I heard, it's the capital of is it the capital hub of India? Sorry, the capital of the tech. I think what they said that's the capital of tech in India, Bangalore. Juliet Notson says, are you Manchester United fan? Yes, Juliet, I'm a Man United fan. How about you, Juliet? Which team do you support? Which team do you support, Juliet? Fala says Real Madrid versus Athletic Club. Yeah, I think Madrid will win that game. It's the last game of the season for them. Prashant says it's IT capital. Yes. Yeah, I've heard that lots of times that Bangalore is the capital of IT in India. Juliet says Arsenal. Okay, Arsenal. We have another Arsenal person joining. Gunners for Life says, I want my United fans to succeed in sacking Carrick. I see almost similar things I saw in Arteta. and glad some Arsenal fans didn't succeed in pushing him out. The truth is, there were lots of Arsenal fans in the beginning that didn't want Arteta. They wanted him out. Even at some point, like 2 seasons ago, there were some Arsenal fans that still wanted Mikel Arteta out. So sometimes you just have to back the manager, whether you like him or not. But one thing you should look out for is improvement. Does this team improve? Are we better this season than we were last season? These are areas most fans don't really look at. They will just go all emotional. Nah, get him out of my club, sack him, blah, blah. But there are key factors you have to consider. Guys, it's game over. Hull City are back to the Premier League. They are back to the Premier League. And massive congratulations to the Hull City fans. Yeah, they've been promoted back to the Premier League, and rightly so. Their goalkeeper was actually at fault for that loss because, man, that was very, very terrible. Connor Dunn says hi. Connor Dunn, where are you connecting from, Connor Dunn? Is it Real Pog says Olise or Yamal? For this season, I will go for Michael Olise. Yeah, I'll pick Olise ahead of Yamal this season. Juliet says Arsenal. All right, Juliet, you're an Arsenal fan. We have lots of Arsenal fans joining the stream. Yo, guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get it up. And kindly subscribe to the channel if you are new. Also, do not forget to like the stream, guys. Do not forget to like it. Juliet, Notson, where are you connecting from? Is it Ryog? Ryog, where are you connecting from? Are you from? Now that doesn't look like a Japanese character. It looks like a Russian character. Ryog, are you from Russia? Because that character doesn't look like a Japanese one. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Let's see. Gunners for Life says Ateta's first interview, he explained everything, just got the 80% were on his side. Yeah, lots of people were actually on Ateta's side. And most of Arsenal fans' mantra then was trust the process. That's what lots of Arsenal fans were saying. And people used to mock Arsenal fans for that. Trust the process, trust the process. For how long will you trust the process? But Arteta has proven that it is actually the right decision to trust the process. You just have to believe and trust the process. So long you can see improvement, you have to go on with the coach. Maybe get him some let's say striker coach, set piece coach, defense coach, or whatever to improve the team. These are the things that you should be looking at. Prashant says, what do you think about England's World Cup squad selection? Sincerely, I have some reservations, and I've said that yesterday during the live stream. We spoke about players who were omitted. The likes of Maguire, I think Maguire should have gone to the World Cup with England. Lewis Hall, I also think Lewis Hall should have been on that list. Morgan Gibbs-White, I think he should have been on that list as well. These are the three players I can say they deserve to be on that list. Maybe some people might have a shout for Danny Welbeck because Danny Welbeck has had a fantastic season with Brighton. Some people might say Alexander-Arnold probably should have gotten a call-up, but I don't really have an issue with the Alexander-Arnold one because Arnold has not been fantastic this season. And we all know right from when Arnold was still playing very well with Liverpool, defense wasn't his strength. Arnold's strength has to do with wicking the ball in those difficult areas, getting crazy assists or crossing the ball for the likes of Harry Kane and others to score. But defensively, Arnold is bad. And Arnold this season with Real Madrid, he's been absolute garbage for Madrid this season. So I really don't have an issue with Alexander Arnold being left out. But you see Maguire, Lewis Hall, and Morgan Gibbs White being left out. I think that's a big mistake from Thomas Tuchel. Morgan Gibbs White has 14 Premier League goals, and in all competitions, he has 17 goals, and I think 4 or 5 assists. That's huge. That Nottingham Forest did not get relegated this season is because of Morgan Gibbs White. This second part of the end of the season, he scored lots of goals. Lots of goals. CR7 King says, fiery relegation battle tomorrow during the same time. Yes, West Ham playing Leeds United and Tottenham Hotspur playing against Everton, the Toffees. West Ham used to be the former club of David Moyes. Maybe he might want to, give them a leeway to qualify, to stay up. He won I think their first European trophy for them, the Conference League, was it 3 seasons ago? And I think he might have one or two reasons to allow Spurs. Okay. I think now he's not going to allow Spurs. I think David Moyes might have one or two reasons to beat Spurs. Yeah, now looking at it differently, yeah, I think he might have a very strong motivation to ensure that his team defeats Spurs tomorrow, because if Everton is able to beat Tottenham and West Ham just get a win, Spurs are going down. And West Ham are playing against Leeds United. Leeds is a very, very tough team to play against. Gunners for Life says, I support Tuchel on this one only, Hall, but maybe it's the experience he lacks. Nah, I don't think you can say he lacks the experience, because a team like Spain definitely will go with Hall. And I see, this is me, right? I think Madueke going to the World Cup is a wrong move from Thomas Tuchel. I would have, if that was in my power, I would have gone with Max Doman instead of Madueke. This is an unpopular opinion, because Madueke has not had a fantastic season. He's not. And Max Doman is still a little boy, I understand that, but he has that X factor in him that he can do or create something out of nowhere. That's what Max Doman can do for you. So I would rather have Max Doman go to the World Cup than Madueke, that I know the whole season he's not had any positive impact in the team he played for. But Max Doman, that Arsenal won their game against Everton, was because of Max Doman. And if Arsenal did not get the win in that game, it would have been very difficult for Arsenal to go on to win the league, honestly. So you can say for a fact that Max Doman has played a key role in Arsenal winning the Premier League. So I would have gone with Max Doman instead of Anoni Madueke. And having Jordan Henderson on that list, there's no Gibbs White, Morgan Gibbs White. I think it's a big mistake from Thomas Tuchel, honestly. And Maguire, you are talking about set piece. Your team is trying to push on set piece and all that. Yet, you left Maguire. Like, it's just crazy. You are talking about set piece and you left Maguire out. Why did you leave Harry Maguire out? For what? Man, it's really crazy. But let's see what happens if Thomas Tuchel will be proven wrong or right. We don't know yet, but I'm not confident. Yeah, I'm not confident in the squad that he's put out there. I don't have any confidence one bit in him. Gavi says Morgan Gibbs White 14 goals in the Premier League from midfield didn't make the squad. Make it make sense. This is my point, bro. I think out of all those guys that were left out, the Morgan Gibbs White one was even the most shocking for me. Okay, let me say Maguire, because of the name. Maguire is a big name in England, and he's been playing in England national team for years, right? He's played in about 4 tournaments. He's played in 4 tournaments for England. So he's a big name. I think that's why it was loud for Harry Maguire. But come on. Eze has not had a better season than Morgan Gibbs White. Individually, yes, Eze is part of the Arsenal team that won the Premier League. I understand that. But Jude Bellingham has not had a better season than Morgan Gibbs White. The only midfielder in that English team that you can compare what he's done to Morgan Gibbs White is Morgan Rogers. And I think Morgan Gibbs White has more goals than Morgan Rogers. Yes, Morgan Rogers scores crucial goals. So he's the only one that I can actually put side by side based on this season's performance. And I can say, okay, Morgan Rogers and Morgan Gibbs White, you can actually put them on a scale, right? But others, imagine Jordan Henderson. What the heck is Jordan Henderson doing there? I want to know. And also, two other decisions that got me short of words was the John Stones inclusion. Jared Kwanzaa, I can understand as a young centre back, you want young players in the lineup, in the squad, no problems. I don't even mind going with a 16-year-old Doman, so I can understand that. But John Stones making the England squad for the World Cup, I think that's the funniest. On that list, that is the funniest. John Stones that hasn't played games. He hardly comes in for Man City. Anytime he comes in to play like 5 minutes. And I think in their last 7 or 8 games, he's just been on the. I think he's just come on to play probably once or twice. So why, if you're going with form, what exactly are you doing with John Stones, Jordan Henderson, Madueke? Honestly, Thomas Tuchel better wins this World Cup, or he better goes far in the World Cup. Else, people are so going to drag him. Yeah, the English fans will drag him so much. Leo Messi says, yes, my guy Bruno deserved it. Pedri less than Bruno. Vitinha less than Bruno. My guy Solo. Now, Bruno is on a different level, man. He's on a different level. Gunners for Life says, I support Tuchel on this one. Okay. Prasad says, Bruno or Vitinha. Joao Neves for Ballon d'Or if Portugal wins World Cup and PSG wins UCL. I think if Portugal go on to win this World Cup, I think Bruno will be pushed for the Ballon d'Or more than Vitinha and Joao Neves. Especially if Bruno had key role to play in terms of assists or scoring goals. Of course, we know Bruno can score goals more than Vitinha and Joao Neves. So if Bruno has lots of goals, chances created a lot, and assist as well, he'll be pushed up for the Ballon d'Or. Pride Play says England is not winning the World Cup, gang. Well, Portugal is my favorite. I'm rooting for Portugal to win it. I know that, yeah, England fans always go with it's coming home, it's coming home. I understand that, but I honestly think that Portugal has a better squad. Yeah, I think Portugal has a better squad than England. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Have you read the paper? Do you hear what they say? Rising unemployment, cost of living every day. It's getting high. Verny says, what a last minute goal by some random player. Nah, he's not a random player. McBurn played in the Premier League. I don't know if I think he was with Southampton. He played in the Premier League. They got relegated. I think he went to Spain. Yes. 2 seasons ago, he went to Spain. And yeah, he's gone back to the championship. And he scored the winning goal for Hull City against Middlesbrough. And I think Southampton will be saying, thank God that Middlesbrough didn't win it, because if Middlesbrough had won, Southampton fans would have been very, very upset. They would feel that this was supposed to be their spot into the Premier League. But yeah, rightly so, Hull City won the game. Orlando says it's Champions League final women in Norway. I'm in Norway. What do you think? When is the final? Is it today that's the final for the Champions League women? Man, but Norway, you guys are trying. Norway is very, very cold. Very, very cold. Brian Musanga says Spurs at home versus Everton. Everton with 0 wins in the last 6. Leeds beat Brighton last game, who are chasing Europe. Leeds are going to beat West Ham. Spurs stay up. I guess you're a Spurs fan, man. I guess you're a Spurs fan. But jokes apart, I've said this for weeks. I think Spurs are going to stay up. Yes, they are going to stay up, and I think where West Ham lost it was that 3-0 loss to Brentford. Yeah, I think that was match week 30. Was it 34? Yeah, I think it was match week 34. That was the game. I was like, nah, West Ham are definitely going down. And Spurs went on to win that game against Aston Villa. Yeah, and when I saw the fighting spirit from the Spurs guys against Aston Villa, yeah, I said that they were going to stay up. But yeah, I think mainly was because of the second leg of the Europa League that made Villa rest about 3-4 players. Yeah, but when they got them on, it was already too late. But for sure, I think Spurs are going to stay up. So West Ham for me are going to be relegated tomorrow. Gunners for Life says, I think Tuchel knows Madueke from his Chelsea days. He knows how to use him. Well, let's see how that is going to play out. But I'm not confident with the squad is put out there. Sincerely, I'm not confident with that squad. But let's see what happens. Yo, guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get it up. And subscribe to the channel if you're new. Subscribe to the channel. Archie Morrison says, I really want moderator. Please answer me. Bro, there are lots of people who are more active than you on the channel. And I said I was going to give the moderator. I'm going to add one because we already have moderators. I said I was going to add one moderator. I think it was earlier this week, but I've not done that. I'm still looking at the list of players. I'm still looking at the list of people I have in my head that I want to consider for the role. So let's see how it goes. I'm still yet to decide. Prashant says, I think England is getting knocked out in round of 16. It's very much possible. Yeah, it's very much possible England will be knocked out very early. Paul Jacobson says, I can bet money England will win World Cup. You're very confident, man. You can bet money England will win the World Cup now. England is not going to win the World Cup. I think Portugal and Spain even stand a better chance of winning the World Cup than England. Yes, I support England. After Portugal, I'm supporting England, right? But the decision of Thomas Tuchel to leave a couple of these guys out of the World Cup squad, it makes no sense to me. It really doesn't make any sense to me. And when I hear him speak, I just laugh because he said something about set piece. And we all know that as far as England is concerned, yeah, let's take Casemiro out of it because Casemiro is not playing for England. Casemiro is Brazilian. I think in the Premier League, the only person that actually uh, heads the ball better than Maguire is Casemiro. Yeah, you can say Van Dijk. Yeah, Van Dijk is also good, but I will go for top three. Okay, Gabriel is top as well. Arsenal's Gabriel. So I'll go for defenders actually. Let me take Casemiro out of it. For defenders, Gabriel, Van Dijk, and Maguire. These three defenders, there are no better headers of the ball than these guys in terms of defending set pieces and attacking set pieces. These guys are on a different level. So if Thomas Tuchel has set piece in his plan, why then did you not opt for Harry Maguire? Because we all know Maguire is fantastic. Troy Play says England is not winning the World Cup. GNG. I don't think England is going to win the World Cup. Honestly, Troy Play says the only thing that's coming home is the players after getting eliminated. Uh Paul says England will win the World Cup. Archie Morrison says, yeah, right. They lost to Japan. You mean England? I just think that England, maybe they have to prove me wrong. Maybe Thomas Tuchel has to prove me wrong. But with what I've seen, I honestly doubt England is going to go further than the round of 16. I honestly doubt that. I sincerely doubt it. But it's football. You never can tell. Anything can happen. But honestly, I don't fancy England going above the round of 16. CR7 King says England will lose the World Cup. Uh Prashant says, not gonna lie, after De Zerbi joined Spurs, they became decent. Yeah, if they had employed De Zerbi earlier, they would not have been in this tight situation now. Yeah, but I think he can still get a draw against Everton. Maybe their home fans are going to help and galvanize them to go for the win and not a draw. But I think they should go for the win, not draw. Because if you want to go for a draw, you might end up losing the game. So I think the best thing for Spurs and De Zerbi is to go all out for the win. Don't go for a draw. Just go all out for the win. Paul Jacobson says England have lots of great players. Yes, but I don't think the balance is there. I don't think the balance is there for the England national team. I don't think the balance is there. Guys, if you're just joining, kindly hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Troy Play says Spain cannot even win against Portugal. I think Portugal is a strong contender for the World Cup. Honestly, they are, in my opinion, they are the strongest contenders for the World Cup. Yeah, they are the strongest contenders for the World Cup. So let's see who wins it. But I will still go with Portugal. Yeah, I will still go with Portugal. They are my favorite. They are my favorites to win the World Cup. And Spain, I think Spain are decent, but their midfield is no longer as strong as it was in the last tournament and also in the Euros as well. Rodri's form has dropped. Fabian Ruiz this season has not played much. He's not really in the best form. So I think that they are the likes of Portugal. The Portuguese midfield for me is the best. Yeah, Portugal has the best midfield, and I think that these guys are definitely going to. These guys they are definitely going to play well at the World Cup. So let's see what happens. Have you read the papers? Do you see what they say? Paul Jacobson says USA probably don't even make it out of qualifying. Well, I can't say that the US has a fantastic team, but so long football is concerned, you really can uh, get the underdogs to do something crazy. Yeah, you can get the underdogs to do something crazy, but I don't really think the US is going to do amazing at the World Cup. Yeah, they are one of the hosts, but what's his name? The former Spurs coach, Pochettino. I don't really think Pochettino is going to do an amazing job with England with the US national team. Viscam says, how many Premier League titles does Bruno have? Mexico last couple matches have been decent. They will make it out of the group. Well, I don't really know the group that Mexico. Okay, I think Mexico is playing South Africa, right? And they are playing the first game of the World Cup. But Mexico, I think I'll have to revisit their group. Like I said yesterday, the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd of June, I'm going to go through the World Cup teams because we are still focused on club football now. Arsenal is playing Champions League on Saturday, so I'm going to do a couple of contents as regards the World Cup. So I'll give my predictions for each group, the countries I think will make it out of their groups, and the favorites to win the World Cup. And talking about Bruno, how many Premier League titles does he have? Bruno, yes, he's yet to win the Premier League title. He's won the FA Cup and Carabao Cup, no doubt. This season, he's been the best player in the Premier League by far. And in the world, he's been the best midfielder. There's no midfielder that has created the number of chances Bruno has created this season. They are very, very wasteful. Yeah, that's the main reason Bruno is still on 20 assists. Just imagine the last game. He created eight big chances. He created 8 big chances, and those 8 chances, if the guys had converted half of it, let's say 50%, that would have been that would have been 4 assists, but they could only convert one. So those are the sort of things he usually goes through at Man United. But I know next season will be better. Tata says, hi bro, I don't know if you remember me, but I live in UAE because my father is from there, but my mom is from Oman. For 3 times in a row, I came to Oman. Your live coincidentally popped up first. Nice to have you back on the channel, Tata. I hope you're doing good, man. Nice to have you back. Real Dandy says, hello, big guy. I'm doing amazing, man. Real Dandy, nice to have you back. I hope you're good, brother. I hope you're good. And please, guys, for those who are yet to subscribe to the channel, kindly subscribe to Noble's View. And also don't forget to like the video. I'll be ending the stream shortly because I've been live for, let's say, 2 hours now. Yeah, I'll be ending the stream shortly. So please, I need everyone to like the stream. If you are new to the channel, kindly subscribe and like as well. These are one of the ways you can actually support the channel. Viscam says, I rather see Carey get sacked next season than Arsenal win FA Cup or Carabao. Which, which team do you support? Okay, you're an Arsenal fan. Which team do you support, Viscam? Pride Play says, like and subscribe. Yeah, guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get it up. Real Dandy says, why does Chelsea always end up buying random ass players? I think Blueco approach. Their model is really, really bad. They need to change. I think that's one of the conditions Alonso gave Blueco, because Enzo Maresca didn't have a strong say when it comes to the players that come in. Liam Rosinho, yeah, the PE teacher, according to how some Chelsea fans call him, the teacher was there for just, was it how many months? He was there for about 3 months or 4 months. I think 4 months. Yeah, so he didn't have anything to do with transfers. But I honestly think that there might be a change now when it comes to Chelsea's approach to the transfer window in terms of the quality of players they sign. Viscam says Arsenal. I thought as much because your comment, that first comment you made about does Bruno have any Premier League? Does Bruno have any Premier League title? I knew that definitely must be coming from an Arsenal man. No way is someone else typing that aside an Arsenal fan. That was why I just wanted to confirm. And my suspicions were actually very, very correct. Viscam says, I hope you're ready for a whole season of unbearable Arsenal fans. Bro, I don't have any issues with Arsenal, right? And I have said this. Arsenal cannot banter me. Arsenal fans cannot banter Man United. It's not possible. You guys are juniors, you are nephews, you understand? So you are not really up to the level to banter us. Yes, I give it to Arsenal this season. You guys were fantastic. Arsenal is the best team in the Premier League this season, no doubt. And I actually supported Arsenal to win the Premier League ahead of City because Pep Guardiola turned the league into the Farmers League. So I'm happy, and I can confidently say that Pep in his last 2 years before he left the league, he couldn't win it. It got very difficult for him. Then he had to leave. So it's an argument that I can actually make, and it's still very much valid because it's a fact. Pep did not win the last 2 seasons he stayed in the Premier League. Yes, you can say he won the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup in his last season. Fine and good. But that's still not the league title. It's the last, let's say the last 6 years. Yeah, the last 6 years, Man City has won it 4 times. Yeah. City in the last 6 years, they've won it 4 times. They did four league titles on a row. The first time in the history of the Premier League. Sir Alex did three, I think like 2 or 3 times. He did it 1-3 in a row. Later, one another 3 in a row. I think he did 2-2-2 again. So, but 4 times in a row had never happened before. Real Dandy says Nico Pass should have been the player of the season instead of DiMarco. Okay, for what's it called? For Serie A. I think maybe they just gave it to DiMarco. No, I think DiMarco had a fantastic season. He broke the assist record in Serie A. So of course, he definitely deserves to win the best player of the year for the Italian team. So I think now DiMarco deserves it. I don't know what his total tally is for the assist for the season, but I remember at some point, I think about over 1 month ago, we saw the start of DiMarco breaking the assist record in Italy. Guys, let's get the likes up. Let's get it up. I'll be ending the stream in less than 5 minutes. So I need everyone to like the stream. And also do not forget to subscribe to Noble's View. Roslan Abu Assad says, I'm back, Noble. You remember me from yesterday. Yes, Abu Assad, Ruslan, I remember you. Remind me, which country did you say you're connecting from? Real Dandy says, have you seen Real Madrid 26-27 kit? No, I've not seen the new kit for next season. Mariam says, hi, Noble, how are you? Bye, Noble. All right, Mariam, I'm doing amazing. How about you? I hope you're good. Vescam says, if Arsenal win the Champions League, it will change football forever. Oh, Arsenal winning the Champions League. I think the leverage that we have over Arsenal and other teams as well is the fact that Arsenal hasn't won the league in 22 years. And they have not won the Champions League ever in their career. So winning the Champions League is going to change a lot of things. Yeah, it's going to change a lot of things when it comes to Arsenal. But I think Arsenal can win it. I also think it's going to be very, very difficult. PSG are not an easy side, so you have to go all out, be at your best to beat PSG. So is it possible? Of course it is possible. But I think it's going to be a big ask. It's going to be very, very tough. But but let's see what happens actually. Let's see what happens. Real Dandy says Son left Tottenham at the perfect timing. Yeah, Son had to leave because his game was also dropping. So he needed to leave. And Spurs have been very, very terrible. Spurs have been very, very terrible. And if you look at the way things turned out to be, some people are even saying that Spurs should have allowed was this Angie Postecoglou. Some people are saying that Spurs should not have sacked Angie Postecoglou. And I think a couple of the Spurs players are not happy with the ownership because they felt that the manager Angie Postecoglou gave them a Europa League trophy, right? So they felt like, that this manager should have been given one more season at least to see what he's capable of doing. Yeah, but the Spurs board, they actually thought otherwise. They said, they can't give Ange that opportunity to take over the team for another season. But yeah, we all have seen where Spurs are currently staying right now. Ruslan Abu Assad says, subscribe and like, guys. Thank you very much, Abu Assad. Troy Play says, subscribe to get money. Are you live tomorrow? Yes, I'll be live tomorrow for the Premier League games because the league is coming to an end tomorrow. It's match week 38. Yeah, I was supposed to give my predictions, but yeah, I didn't give predictions yesterday, but I'm actually going to do my predictions video and I'll post the predictions video later tonight. Mariam says, Mariam says, like, guys, and subscribe. Okay, Mariam, I really can't translate the Arabic you wrote after the English words. Roslan says, I think Ronaldo Jr. is going to be the next Ronaldo, inshallah. Su. I have not seen enough from Ronaldo Jr. I really haven't seen enough, but let's see what happens. He needs to come out of his father's shadows. But like I said, I've not really seen enough from Ronaldo Jr. to say, okay, he's going to be like his father. He's going to be better than his father. Stuff like that. Nah, I've not really seen enough from him. But let's see how that goes. If he goes on to have a fantastic career or something below his father's achievement. But I don't really think it's fair. Yeah, I don't really think it's fair to judge the kid or try to compare him with his father. I don't really think it's fair, honestly. Yeah, because his father is the GOAT. So if you want to compare the son with the father or try to put a career the son will have similar to the father's, nah, I think it's actually wrong. But let's see if the boy can actually uh if the boy can actually do, even if not exactly like his father, but at least close to what his father did. Let's see what Ronaldo Jr. can do. Maybe before Ronaldo retires, he might play with his son. Who knows? He might play with Ronaldo Jr. You never can tell. Mariam says, do you know what is Eid gift, Noble? What is the Eid celebration about? Roslan says, Pro Plays, I like your profile. Pro Play says, thanks, I hope you also like that subscribe button. Roslan says, I did subscribe and like. Thanks, guys, very much. Thank you, guys, very much. Ole cool. Tell me something where I know fit to. A minute, guys, I'm coming. Oh, Nana, what's my name? What's my name? Sorry, guys, I am back. But I'm not gonna stay for long though. Like I said, I'm going to end the stream shortly. Yeah, but before I leave, probably, yeah, maybe in the next 2-3 minutes before I leave, I would like everyone on the stream to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel if you're new. I will not be available for the morning show tomorrow because I have a couple of things I need to do tomorrow. So I will not be available for the morning show, but I'll be available for our live watch along tomorrow. The Premier League is ending tomorrow. It's match week 38. So it's going to be an interesting final day of the season. Yeah, La Liga is playing the last game of the season today. I actually did not know. I thought La Liga was going to end tomorrow. Yeah, but I was surprised to see that it's today. Yeah, so I will not be doing live watch along for the La Liga game, so I'll be available for tomorrow games in the Premier League. Yeah, but I definitely need to sleep. So I'll see you guys. So please, for those who are yet to subscribe to Noble's View, kindly hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Take care and bye, guys.